Hi everybody, so it is a Tuesday afternoon here in France, and I'm here in Normandy Beach. Omaha Beach, sorry about that. Omaha Beach here in Normandy. And I almost wasn't gonna go because I wanted to stay in Paris, but I figured why not, you know? When is the next time I'm gonna get a chance to be here and just see this. Let me go ahead and point. So as you can see right behind me, there's one of the memorials right there, and there's another one across the way over here on the beach. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of turn the camera so you can see what I see here. Okay, there you go. So basically, yeah, this is one of the tributes here, and I'll zoom in closer here. They have signs to not try to stay far away, just to kind of honor this tribute. And here's what it says. Some people choose to disrespect that, but anyway, it is what it is. So, but that's what it says right there. The Allied forces landing on this shore, which they call Omaha Beach, liberate Europe, June 6, 1944. So yes, June 6, 1994. I mean, I'm no historian, but I mean, I'm just going off the cuff here. That's D-Day, and that's when American military, the British, French, Canadians, all the Allied forces came here to liberate France from German-occupied France, pretty much. And Omaha Beach, why did they come to Omaha Beach? Well, this is one of the 6 landing points, along with Utah Beach, Gold Beach, Juno Beach, and I'm forgetting a few others, but basically to kind of link the Canadians, all the Allies together, to make like a force here. And a little history here, a lot of history. This was the Bloodiest beach. About 2,000 to 6,000 casualties were here, and movies were, I think Saving Private Ryan, and I think another one, Band of Brothers. I think it was filmed here. I want to say maybe not in this particular area, but somewhere around. I haven't seen any signs or anything like that. But yeah, I figured like this would be a great place to come and just kind of pay my you know, well, at the same time, condolences to those brave men and women who sacrificed their lives for freedom. And can you imagine, a lot of these soldiers were young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20, and imagine coming out to a place you've never been in combat before. You're into the unknown, and some of you probably know that some of you are not going to make it. How scary can that be at 18 or 20? It's bad enough having to say goodbye to your girlfriend or boyfriend, your loved ones, family, wife, kids, you know, loved ones, family, friends, all the above, and you know, and then realizing that you may not come back, and a lot didn't come back. How would that? I can only imagine like what's going through the minds of these poor soldiers, perhaps sailors and airmen too, but you know, I think it was mostly Army. However, and then seeing your good friends killed, you know, and seeing your family, essentially. I'm not a soldier. I've never been a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine, for, you know, reasons, you know. But, you know, well, in a nutshell, to say, my eyesight's terrible, and I have a physical shoulder ailment here. So that's what kept me from not joining. I was going to join the Air Force back in 2002, and I failed the MEPS. I was in the MEPS all day, and when people who don't know what the MEPS are, it's basically you get a physical all day from head to toe, and it's about 8 hours. And where I took my MEPS, it was at the time it was Fort Jackson, South Carolina. That's where my dad trained when he was in the Army. And yeah, so I couldn't unfortunately join the Air Force. But I chose the Air Force because they're the most lenient, the most, not as, you know, they don't run you to the ground type of military. And this was after the September 11th attacks, and I felt it was my need. I needed direction in life, and my dad suggested, hey, join the military, you know. So I figured, let me just put the camera around here. So I figured, why not, you know, why not? Yeah, and I tried, but I can't say I didn't try. But I would say like maybe a month or two later, my recruiter calls me and says, hey man, are you still want to go? Washington DC waived your eyesight thing, man. You know, so he was ready to go. But at the time I was in South Florida working a job, and at that time I just kind of moved on. I didn't have any plans to join the Air Force. But I always thought, like, what could have been? If I would have joined in 2002, I would have retired. If I put in a good 20 years, you know, hell, I would have retired 2022, you know, have a pension coming in, and who knows what could have been, you know, who knows? I mean, maybe I would have gone to, you know, Afghanistan, Iraq, you know, who knows what could have been, you know. Maybe I could have settled in a different country, could have gotten married, met the love of my life, who knows, you know. I would never know, you know, what could have been. So maybe there was a reason why I couldn't join the military at the time. And, well, you know, you just kind of destiny takes you, like, in different places, I guess, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and pan the camera around here. And there we go, there's another angle here. If I go in a little more, have that little an engraving of the soldiers here, right here, and there's the little artwork there, little monuments. So we're gonna go on the beach here. I don't know if you heard that, but they were saying, get off the monument. That monument. Little kid there. Little baby. But poor little kid, he doesn't know. You know, I blame the parents. So again, kids, try not to desecrate any monuments while you're anywhere in Europe. That's why Venice, Italy enacted a little, you know, like tourist fee, you know, which I had to pay. But I was used to that already, because in Europe you have to pay a tourist tax. Usually when you check into your hotel, it could be a euro to like 15 euros. I had to pay that in Paris. So my first hotel I had to pay, you know, 17 euros, and the other one it was like 10 euros or 9 euros. So expect that tourist tax. Now I know it's probably a way for them to make money, but per person, per day, you know, that's a lot of money. You know, a tourist tax per person per day at your hotel. So if you're staying for 7 days and it's you and 5 other people, that adds up pretty quickly. And that's just 1 or 2 rooms, you know. Can you imagine the buku bucks they're making euros wise, you know? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of euros. I'm pronouncing it wrong. But hey, it is what it is. But anyway, not to deviate. So yeah, just look at just walking on the beach here. Look at that. So can you imagine what happened here? The carnage, the bloodshed that happened here. You know, 80 something years ago. I can hardly fathom. Now up there's a hill. Right up there's a hill. There's the American flag. Oh yeah, and also the bus right here. Yeah, along the way. So from this train station, I'll backtrack here. From the train station, it's a good 52-minute ride. And the bus you want to take is the number 120. It's part of the Nomad network here in Normandy. I guess that's what their name of their bus network is called here, transportation network. And you can buy your tickets. They strongly suggest to buy them online, but you can buy them at the train station in Paris. You can buy them here at the at the train station itself. But I would highly recommend, if you're not comfortable with French or you're not a fluent native speaker, I would have a friend with you that knows the language, preferably a native French person, or a person that just knows the language really well, that kind of gets you through some little quirks. Because just for fun, I got here, I bought mine online. I would say that's the easiest way to do it. Go online and you have to download an app, and you buy it through the app, and it's like $10 if you're over 26, and if you're below 26, I think it's like €5 or so. But I would say do that if that's an option. If it's not an option, like you say you lost your phone, or your phone is dead, or you forgot your phone, something like that, you can always try the kiosks. But they weren't really English friendly. Usually when I've dealt with kiosks in the past, they have a little choose your language type of thing, and I didn't see that, and that it was kind of irritating. So you kind of figure it out, But they did have people working the window to buy your tickets. And luckily I had a few questions that I wasn't sure, because this is my first time here, alone here, and so what I would recommend doing is buying it online or having a friend with you, and that way there's a dilemma, you can face it together, or that person can fix it for you, or aid you with it. But you can also buy your tickets on the bus, and I think it's like €2, I want to say. Now I bought a day pass, so it's like €10, so it's like a hop on hop off type of bus thing. So yeah, that's that right there. And 52-minute bus ride. Along the way, it'll go from you'll pass the old town. It's a tiny old town. This is actually a small town, Bayou, I think it's called Bayou. And basically, the whole bus right here, you're going through forests and trees and houses and people flying flags, British flags, French flags, American flags, all sorts of flags, to celebrate, because the D-Day anniversary happened on June 6th this year, actually last month. And so I guess it's stemming from that, or maybe it's year round, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's peaceful. Nice quiet bus ride. It's a little cloudy here, a little dismal today, but hey, I'm here. I am here, and I'm gonna make this not last too long, and I'm gonna go ahead and walk it here. Just take a look at the beach here. Find a little bit. I'm gonna go to a museum, check it out. There's like a museum right across the way over there, and there's one, I think, like three bus stops away. And I just wanted to pay my respects to the fallen here, and because there were soldiers that died before they can even get off their carriers, to get onto the shore. They were shot at, and the ones that were able to get off, they drowned, because their equipment that they were carrying was too heavy, or they were just shot at. And there's a lot of missing too. Some bodies were never recovered, MIA. So yes, so this is it right here. All right, go ahead and sign off for now, and maybe I think I'm gonna go ahead, if there's time, I'm gonna try to make it to the American Cemetery. It's probably from here, it's about a good 20 minutes, but I'm gonna try to make it before they close, because I would like to see that, and I'm sure you will too. Bye bye. Hey everybody, decided to take a little walk, a little longer here on Omaha Beach, and isn't there something just peaceful and soothing of ocean waves just hitting the sand, crashing waves, the sound. It makes it very, very peaceful. Gosh, man, I wish I lived in France now. There's so much history out here in Europe and France and everywhere. Europeans are so lucky. Digital nomads are so lucky. Oh my gosh. Not a digital nomad as of yet, but I hope to be one day. But yeah, this is amazing. Imagine just coming out here for a weekend. Let's say you live in London, or you live in Paris, or you live, hell, in Spain. Just fly out here for a weekend, take a train, take a Flixbus. Look at this. You have all of this stuff. Let's turn the camera around here. You got all this stuff here. So, all these crashing waves and stuff. Oh my gosh, so much history. stuff that I've read as a kid in my history books, or saw on TV, like on the History Channel or some documentary. I'm here. It's amazing. And I almost didn't show up. It's raining. I hate walking in the rain. I don't know about you. I mean, if it's raining, I prefer to be indoors, hearing the tapping on the roof, But walking in it, riding a bike in it, driving in it's not the best. But we do need rain, I have no idea what the weather's like in California. I heard it's hot, but, maybe a rainstorm would be awesome right there for now. I'll have to deal with it in a few days when I get back. But anyway, besides the point here. Yeah, let me flip the camera around so you're seeing what I'm seeing. And so yeah, look at that. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's just makes you think what went on here. What went on in 1944, June 6, 1944? How many men and women lost their lives? How many soldiers lost their lives? What they were feeling when they just kind of, when they were just leaving their ship. Some didn't even make it to the shore, So the ones that made it to shore, and the ones that who made it out alive, Can you imagine going through your mind at a young age? I just find it so, man, oh my gosh, courage, bravery, sacrifice, Now this beach, it goes for miles here. So where I'm at now, this would be heading east. So this is heading east where the camera's pointing. So I'm going to flip it around, and that's going west. So like a northwest type of deal there to give you perspective. And I think the other beaches, I don't know, I might have to write this in the description box or something when I edit this. But yeah, I think Juneau Beach, Utah Beach, all the other beaches are miles away. And I think this beach just kind of goes for miles. It just kind of goes and goes and goes. I could walk here all day if I really, really wanted to. I mean, if I want. Well, actually I can't because my battery would die. But I would run out. Have to run out of space on my SIM card, my SD card here, the memory. But just walking and looking and just feeling what went on here, what was going through their minds, and not just the soldiers on the ground, the military, the soldiers on the ground and the airmen and the Navy. I'm sorry, I'm getting all this wrong. I know I am. But just the servicemen and women, I'll just say that, cover all the branches there. And the commanders, Just don't forget about the commanders. Yes, they've had experience, I'm sure, and, the older ones have had experience in, previous conflicts, but still, war is war, I mean, again, I'm no military expert, far from it, but imagine having that responsibility on your shoulders. Explain, being the president of the United States, being one of these top, generals, having to make those calls, or not even being a general, just being an officer, having to make those calls, man, the pressure, to do that, to try to, make the right call that won't kill innocent civilians and kill your servicemen and wound them, So imagine that pressure, But anyway, that's me, But still, gosh, But anyway, so I'm gonna keep walking this beach just for a little bit, and then I think I'm going to probably head out in a little bit. The bus. Well, I don't want to still want to chance it with my train. The train's I'm only here for a few hours, and I should have planned this out, but I just kind of went here spontaneously. And I would recommend. Well, we'll just chat a little bit here. I would recommend giving yourself at least 2 days here with a French speaker, or if you don't have access to a French speaker, either you're shy or you just don't want to reach out or nobody's available or whatever, you're kind of on your own type of deal. Yeah, just come here for 2 days, spend the night, taking the sights. I was going to spend the night here, But the hotels I was looking at that were fairly reasonable for their rates, you kind of have to check in at like at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So it's like a late check-in, and they're only open. The reception is only open from 7 to 11, and then it closes, and then it reopens like at 4 o'clock. And I'm thinking, well, I got my heavy backpack, a bag. I don't want to be toting that around for hours, you know. And you normally just drop it off and say hallelujah, you know. And then you come back and check in, but I don't know what the rules were. I mean, I'm sure I probably could have checked in, and not checked in, but just checked my bags in and leave them there, and but anyway, I just kind of like decided to take a little half a day trip here. I took a late train. At this time of this recording, there was a train that left at 6:15 in the morning. Not from like the two major ones, the Gare de Lyon bus and the train station, and not the two big ones, a small one. Losing, what's the name of that train station? Yeah, I took it from there, and it was like a 2.5 hour train ride, and my train leaves like at 6:30. I wanted to give myself plenty of time just in case I get lost or something, my battery runs out or something happens. So why not? So there it is, and here we are, but why not? But I would say give yourself a couple days so you can visit the museums, make time for the museums. There's like two of them here, and the cemetery, and also the scene. If you want to keep walking, you can just take it all in. It would just give you just wouldn't want to feel rushed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And and as far as like driving, you can drive here. There are a ton of parking lots around here. There's a lot of RVs. So if you're like a van lifer in Europe traveling around, go for it, or let's say you don't have a van life, you're more like the car life or a truck life, there's plenty of parking here. It's parking friendly, so you can do that too. It is car friendly, so vehicle friendly, so if you have access to a car or you want to drive or whatever, feel free to do it. Let's see, so anyway, I think that's it. I got about running out of juice here. Running out of gas. SD card gas, that is. So luckily I have a spare, but it's like, I think it's like maybe 30 or 40 minutes worth, so it's not that long. Anyway, always be prepared. So filmmakers out there, always have an SD card, extra cards. That's what I'm learning. And don't dump the footage. Please don't dump the footage. You don't want to accidentally, delete important stuff. But that's another conversation for another day. So anyway, bye-bye. Hey everybody, decided just to take one last quick look here before I take off here. Now here's what I'm seeing here. So you have the houses here, and then you got some flags hanging, a Canadian flag, a British flag, and an American flag. And basically here's a summary of what I was trying to get through here. I thought it'd be good to share this here. So there's that right there. And here we have casualties right there, and pretty much an area where the carnage took place here, and down here too. Okay, so pretty much I'll go ahead and read this out aloud here. So on June 6, 1944, on Omaha Beach, the Americans had planned to occupy an area 25 kilometers, roughly 16 miles long, and 10 kilometers, roughly 6 miles deep. However, by that evening, a zone just 8 kilometers, 5 miles long, and 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles wide, was held at the cost of a great many lives. Around 1,200 GIs had been killed or had disappeared, and thousands of vehicles had been lost: tanks, half-tracks, jeeps, ducks, trucks, and so forth. The number of deaths on the German side is difficult to assess. Probably around 400 of the 2,000 men there were killed. The British had allowed 500,000 men, 500,000, 100,000 vehicles, and 1,300 million tons of various supplies to land in a few months, making Omaha the largest harbor in Europe. It took several companies up until the 1950s to remove 150,000 tons of scrap metal that were the remains of the artificial harbor. So today, several wrecks and pontoons remain in the sea, and they are often visible at low tide. Wow, okay, so that's basically the summary there of what I was trying to convey earlier. Yeah, so basically on the German side there weren't too many casualties, whereas the American side there were tons more casualties. And there you have it right there. So I'm just going ahead and walking here and gonna probably put the camera down, and that's it. See you next time. Alright, hey everybody, I'm back. Oh my gosh. Alright, so basically I'm back at the train station, Gare de Bayou, or Bayou, how you pronounce it. And let me just flip the camera away from me here so you can see what I am seeing. Okay, so there's the train station right there. And further down is the bus stop and toilets for use. And I think right behind here is like a hotel. Over there it's the bus depot, so I don't think you board there. I think that's where the buses just get there to get set up and everything, and then they depart from there. But that's the bus station right there. And this is the train station, so if I can stand it would say Gare de Bayou. There we go. Bayou. And there's one taxi cab. So anyway, basically it stopped raining, so that's a good thing. And so let me point the camera back at me here. There we go, so you can see me. So basically, yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, at this recording, I recorded it with my iPhone, so, and then my iPhone ran out of memory. I have too much stuff on it. So anyway, I'll kind of regurgitate what I was saying, or repeat what I was saying earlier, just in case if it doesn't make the cut here. Yeah, the 120 bus, like I was mentioned earlier, or didn't mention it earlier. Basically the 120 bus is limited. They made it sound like it was round the clock type of hop on hop off type of thing, but it's not. And it kind of pissed me off a little bit, so kind of pisses me off a bit. Maybe, I don't know. And it's also like a Tuesday. It's not like Sunday or Saturday where it's like I can understand limited service, or you know, if it's a Sunday or something. But yeah, you know, they made it sound like round the clock. You know, they can take you anywhere, get on, get off, and no, they're limited hours. So basically, I arrived there like at 3:48 to go back, and to maybe go to a museum or go to the American Cemetery. But nope, that bus departed like at 2:30 or 2:20. So I missed it like by an hour and a half, and then the next bus was supposed to depart from like 5:17 to get back to the train station. And my train leaves at 6:34 or 18:34 military time. So I was like, well, this is what I could do. I could either there's a museum that was just like not too far. I could hang out there until and then come back and get on the bus back to the train station here, or maybe I could have taken another bus, same bus line, just going in the opposite direction to the museum, no, to the American Cemetery, and then take like a dday shuttle from there to, you know, to the museum. So I'm like, would my even Nomad bus pass even work for that little shuttle? It might work, I don't know, and I'm not fluent in the language or knowledge of the language to tell the bus driver that, you know. I guess the only way to know is just to show the little QR code you get when you purchase the ticket online, and maybe that would solve it. Or you should pay her $1 or him $1 or €2 or something to take it. Anyway, I didn't want to risk it, so so what I did for fun, I just did the Uber thing, and the Uber was like a 16 to 17 minute wait, and I just did that for fun. I was not expecting an Uber, because I decided to kind of wander away because music was playing in the background, and you know, YouTube doesn't get too happy with that, with copyrights and all that stuff, so I just kind of walked away. But anyway, I'm just taking a little stroll here because I have like another hour until my train leaves. But anyway, here's what I'm seeing right here. There we go, check that out. It's like a little cathedral church or something. So I'm just gonna kind of entertain myself for a little bit, and that's it, you know. Let me put the camera towards me here. Anyway, here I am again. So yeah. So anyway, continuing on my story. Yeah, with my Uber ride is basically, I think I might have just gotten lucky. I wasn't expecting even Uber to be available or ride shares to be available, because in some cities around the world, there's a lot of ride shares that are not available. Italy being one of them. I think it's only available. I think rideshare is only available, like Uber, we'll say Uber, in Rome, and that's it. I think they have their own rideshare program in Italy, and in other areas it's limited too. You know, even in the States where I'm from, like I live in small town, small town deep south Georgia. My parents are out there, and you want an Uber? Good luck. It'll take the driver 40 minutes to get there. So what I'm saying is, like, don't always count on ride shares being available in every country you go to or even city you go to, and because you just can't count on it, man. I got it really lucky. It was a 16-minute wait, and it cost me like 55 euros. I don't care, man. I'm back at the station. There's a damn bus right there. Oof. Pardon my French there. Excuse me, everybody. But so I think I wasted 10 euros. I think I would have benefited this from if I would have gotten here like really early in the morning, did my thing, and then when it's time to cut out, bingo, because I think it's a 2.5 hour train ride from Paris to here to Bayeux, and then another 52-minute bus ride to Omaha Beach. And but it was like a 23-minute Uber ride. My driver obviously didn't go through the rural parts of Bayeux here and making every stop at the bus station. He took the freeway, and and traffic wasn't bad at all and stuff. But so anyway, getting back to that, I didn't want to chance it. So going to a museum or going to the cemetery, and the cemetery closes like at 5 anyway. So I probably wouldn't have had enough time to like enjoy it thoroughly, And I think it's free. Not too sure. Maybe it is free. I think it's free. But I think you go through a security check too. Usually in France too, you have to remember that too. Usually at public places. I know from the past, like going to the Cannes Film Festival or anything important, any museum usually, and they usually have a bag check. So you have to either go through a TSA style security or a bag check. Just be prepared for that too. If you have a backpack or something like that, that you can't hold at your hotel or something, be prepared for that. So anyway, so here we are, and the sun's out. The sun is out here, at least. I don't know back at the beach if it isn't or not. So I forgot to mention, is swimming allowed at the beach? I didn't see anybody swimming at the beach. Normandy Beach, that is. Oh, Omaha Beach, excuse me, Omaha Beach. I saw people like kind of waiting, like didn't have any shoes on. They had sandals. They were kind of like just kind of waiting in the water. I didn't see any swimming, but I did see lifeguards though. So maybe it was too cold to go swimming. I did see boogie boards on the beach, but maybe it was just a cold day, not a good day for swimming. But maybe I'm not sure if you're allowed to swim or not. I don't know. But that's that. But anyways, I'm just grateful I got to see the beach and see how you guys look at the beach too. And yeah, because why not? Because I could have stayed back in Paris and went to other things, but why not? This is probably like a once in a lifetime. I'm not going to come back here, not for a while at least. But the cool thing is though, it would give me an excuse to come back back to Normandy to see a museum or two. There's like 2 museums out here, and then to see the American cemetery. It'll give me an excuse to come back. Which I wouldn't mind. It seems like a nice little French town away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And it kind of, to give you a little perspective, if you're in the States or any it kind of reminds me of the Midwest, like Missouri or or the deep South, or maybe it was kind of flat, flat areas, trees everywhere. Let me point the camera around here. So yeah, look at that. This kind of reminds me of any small town in America, in the South, Midwest. I would say more Midwest though. Midwest, maybe some parts of the South, like Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi. But anyway, it stopped raining. Ooh, that's awesome. So let's keep going here. So there we go. Look at that blue sky behind me there. Look at the blue sky. Wow. So anyway, maybe I'll sit back. Maybe I'll wander back to that bench I was sitting at there, and then I'll probably wander down there, see what that cathedral's all about there. But I wanted to show you guys. I grabbed a little meal at McDonald's here. Not here, but when I was at the train station. Not a meal, but it was more like some goodies, you know. Can't resist the goodies, you know. So, let me see if I can sit somewhere. Okay, I think they're gone, the music. So I can wander back here. Car go by. One B over. Okay, watch the grate here. And there's people around. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll just stay to the side or something here. I just don't like it when people are around and they see a camera, and then, you know, I don't want to stand out, you know. That's the thing, when you're abroad, you want to try to blend in. Obviously, like, countries I've been to, that's kind of hard to do, you know, my complexion here. But you always want to try to blend in. You don't never want to make yourself, you know, too obvious, you know. And then, because some places, like France is pretty safe in my opinion. It's on the Western Europe, you know, it's pretty safe. And, you know, but you know, like I was saying earlier, like, it's a level 2. You want to be careful. Keep your wits around you, and make sure you're alert. That's all. And it helps if you know French, speak it, or understand it, or have a French speaker with you. So anyway, so here's in my little goodie bag here. I figured this out here. So that's going to show you. Gosh, I just really need a bench to sit at. Let's see, a bench. Screw it, I'm just gonna sit. These people hear me, they hear me, I don't care. Walk on back here. Alright, hopefully no music comes on, it starts blaring and all that. So here we are. I'm gonna sit on this side. Okay, here we go. So I got a little bag here. And yes, I know people are gonna be like, oh, why would you go to McDonald's? Why would you do that? McDonald's is not quite what it is overseas compared to what we're used to in the States. McDonald's in the States tends to be a place where, you know, it's kind of a last resort type of thing. Any fast food place is a last resort thing, but it's not quite the same overseas, you know. Tend to be a little more different here. So, for instance, I went to the McCafe. So basically, there's like two parts of the McDonald's. You have like a cafe part, and you have like the fast food part. So the cafe part serves your coffees, muffins, croissants, cakes, whatever. And then you have your other part too. And you order from the kiosk usually, and you get your food. You know, you get your little ticket, and you wait for your ticket. And it's pretty quick. I've never had to wait more than literally 5 minutes for an order. And yeah, so I got this. I got like a little croissant. I got smushed, and I also got like a brownie too. Find it. And we find it. Let's see where that brownie go. Searching for the brownie. 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 A little bit of a struggle there. But anyway, it wasn't a brownie, it was a chocolate croissant, so there's chocolate in the middle there. But anyway, you wouldn't find that at a McDonald's back in the States, you know. You'll get like an apple pie, or, you know, maybe a cinnamon roll if you're lucky. And, you know, like a sundae or something, that's it. You wouldn't get like cakes. I've been to a few McDonald's, and where was I at? I was in Austria, and I got like a peach cake, and it was so tasty, you know. And there was one time I was in Denmark, not this time, but years ago, and basically you know, you can get, instead of getting fries, you can get carrot sticks as a little side order, you know, which I thought was cool. And yeah, that was awesome. You know, you get more options, you know, and I think you can even get beer, you know, for you drinkers, alcoholics out there, social drinkers. I'm not gonna judge anybody. Yeah, there's also room for, you know, you can get beer, you know, which I thought was, wow, okay, you can get beer. I know when I was in Barcelona, that was an option too. And even out here, or you can just get water. You can get, you know, still water. You can get it with or without ice. You can get I usually call it club soda, but it's usually, you know, fizzy water. You can get that out here too, if you so desire. But just watch out though. Try that. If you're not sure, ask somebody, because you know, nothing sucks more on a hot day. You're thirsty, you want water, you don't care, you just buy it, and then you take a big swig, and it's just fizzy water, club soda. You know, it's the worst. Or just whip out the Google Translate, snap a photo, and translate it. You know, saved me many times. And or if you're just not sure, just go with what you know and you get a soda. You know, get a soda, get like what looks like a Powerade or a Gatorade, grab that. You know, but if you absolutely positively have to have water, it's always best to ask somebody, or just know the words that say with or without natural water. You know, let's say natural or still or whatever, or just Google Translate it, snap a photo, and look at it so you don't make a mistake, which I've made many times in the past. And I think even on like this trip here. So just little tips, more tips and tidbits out there for you, for people contemplating on coming out here to Europe, or practically traveling out of the States, you know, or out of Canada, or anywhere where you don't speak the language. So that's it. I think I'm gonna go for now, and my battery's running a little low, and yeah, we'll talk to you later.